Hello, this is Sonny Bostock from Politicomment, and today I'm going to be breaking down for you what on earth is going on with Labour. So, let's begin. Let's start with an overview. What do I mean by what on earth is going on with Labour? Since Labour's disastrous council election results, there have been calls for Keir Starmer, who's the Prime Minister, to resign. Since the results, many of the government's top ministers have resigned. For example, Jessie Phillips, who was the Under-Secretary for Safeguarding and Violence Against Women and Girls, and Wes Streeting, who was the Secretary for Health. Others have had private conversations with Keir Starmer telling them that he needs to resign. For example, Shabana Mahmood, who's a Labour MP. Despite all these calls, and there's been an overwhelming support for Starmer to be ousted from power, nobody has, as of yet, made a formal challenge for leadership. In the next few months, however, this may change. How does challenging the current leader of Labour work? So the current leader of Labour is Keir Starmer, and because Labour in government, Keir Starmer is the Prime Minister. So if an MP wants to challenge Keir Starmer to become themselves the leader, they need the support of 20% of Labour's MPs, which currently, with the amount of MPs in government, is 81. So they'd need 81 MPs to sign something going, I support this person to become leader of Labour, and you've got to be an MP. This is the complicated part. On top of 20% of MPs, they must also earn 5% of constituency Labour parties, or at least 3 affiliate organisations, with those 3 making up at least 5% of affiliate membership, and 2 of them must be trade unions. So I'm going to break this down. So, first of all, what is a constituency Labour Party? If you go back to my video on alternative voting, the UK is split into constituencies. These constituencies vote for an MP. Now, each constituency has a local group, a local authority called a constituency Labour Party. And these groups, the CLPs, the chairperson of them will say, yes, our CLP supports this person, or no, we don't. And if they get 5% of these groups to support a candidate, then they can go through. So now I'll explain what an affiliate is. An affiliate group is an independent organisation who are linked to, or formerly were linked to, the Labour Party. And these groups, if you can join one of these independent organisations, you pay a membership, and then the organisation pays membership to the Labour Party on behalf of you. So you're not directly paying the Labour Party, you're paying someone to pay the Labour Party for you. Now there's loads of affiliate organisations, and they're split mostly into 2 distinct groups. These are trade unions or socialist societies. So a trade union is a group of workers who fight for workers' rights, and a socialist society is just a society of socialist thinkers. So an example of a trade union would be Unison, and an example of a socialist society would be the Fabian Society, who helped form Labour, and I am a member of the Fabian Society myself. If they can get at least 3 affiliate organisations, 2 of which being trade unions, and these 3 or more groups make up 5% of affiliate members, they can go through to challenge leadership. I hope that explanation was okay. Once they're nominated, the candidates are elected by members of the Labour Party or affiliate members, and the election is alternative voting, it's ranked choice, which made me very happy to find out. And whoever wins becomes the leader of Labour. Who are the favourites? There's Andy Burnham, who's the Mayor of Greater Manchester. There's Wesley Streeting, who is the MP for Ilford North. And there is Angela Rayner, who is the MP for Ashton-under-Lyne. Let's start with Andy Burnham, who is currently the favourite. Andy Burnham was MP from 2001 to 2017. He's had loads of jobs in government. He's been the Secretary of Health, the Secretary of Culture, and Chief Secretary of the Treasury, so he's very experienced. And currently he's the Mayor of Greater Manchester. Why is he a favourite? In 2026, there was a by-election in an area in Greater Manchester called Gorton Denton, and he wanted to run. But he was blocked from running by the National Executive Committee, and Keir Starmer is a member of this. So what the NEC is, they decide who is allowed to run in by-elections. If you want to run, you've got to apply, and the NEC go, all right, yeah, we'll let you run, or no, we won't let you run. And many saw Burnham being blocked, as Keir Starmer being afraid. Before this by-election, at the 2025 Labour Party conference, Andy Burnham claimed that many MPs had begged him to run for MP and challenge Starmer. He said there was a confidence crisis, there was an issue in Labour, and he said that loads of MPs had begged him to run, so, he'd been stirring up the fact that he would challenge Keir Starmer for leadership for ages. He's really popular amongst Labour members. Members of the Labour Party love him. By members, I don't mean MPs. I mean, if you pay a membership fee to the Labour Party, you're a member and you're allowed to vote in leadership elections, and they all love him. He's really popular. He's recently been crowned King of the North. So, and he's the Mayor of Manchester. He can't currently run, but an MP called Josh Simons, who's the MP for Makerfield, has announced that he will resign so Andy Burnham can run. And this time, the NEC have said, all right, we'll let you run. Andy Burnham's had outspoken support from lots of figures such as Angela Rayner, and there appears to be a lot of deals. No one's obviously going out and saying, I've made a deal with Andy Burnham, but there appears to be something going on where he has made deals with people. Moving on to Wes Streeting. So Wes Streeting is the MP for Ilford North. Until the 14th of May 2026, he was the Secretary for Health, and he resigned on the 14th of May, and it was a very harsh letter of resignation. He directly said that he's lost confidence in Keir Starmer. I'll put the letter up on screen, you can pause to read it. He just flat out said, I'm not confident in you as leader anymore. Why is Wes Streeting himself a favourite? So when he resigned, it was rumoured that he was resigning in order to challenge Keir Starmer for leadership. All of his allies said, yeah, he's going to challenge Keir Starmer. As I've just said, they were also claiming that he had the support of 81 Labour MPs. So you need the 81 Labour MPs to challenge for leadership. All of his allies were claiming he's got 81 MPs, he can do it, he's going to do it. Though he's not challenged for leadership as of yet, and this is potentially because a lot of the members don't really like him. He's not that popular with the members, so it's possible that if he challenged, he'd lose. He has said, I will be standing. So if a leadership election is called, he has said, I will stand. He just doesn't want to do it himself. And this is potentially because he's waiting to see what happens with Andy Burnham, whether he'll just get Andy Burnham to call the election and then stand, or if he'll have to do it himself. Angela Rayner. So Angela Rayner is the MP for Ashton-under-Lyne. She was the Deputy Prime Minister until the 5th of September 2025, when a tax scandal, which has now been cleared, she's paid off all things she hadn't paid before, it was uncovered and it forced her to resign from being Deputy Prime Minister. Why is Angela Rayner a favourite? Her allies have all claimed that if Andy Burnham does not become an MP, she herself will stand. So currently she's supporting Andy Burnham, but if Andy Burnham does not win the by-election in Makerfield, she may stand herself. She's very popular with the members. The members love her. The press hate her, but the members love her. And this is because of her unconventional style as a politician. So the way she speaks in Parliament, the way she does interviews, it's not as you'd expect a politician to do. It's more of a regular person. She's just a regular person. And she's got a working class background. She grew up in accounts in the States. She didn't go to a fancy posh university. So the members love her. She's never said, I'm going to run for Prime Minister. She's never gone out and said that. And she's openly supported Andy Burnham. She has said, we want Andy Burnham as leader. But there's a chance Burnham doesn't win in the Makerfield by-election, and this may force Angela Rayner herself to run. What are my opinions on all of this? I'm not against Andy Burnham. I think he's a very good politician. He's got some very good views. He wants electoral reform. He wants to rejoin the EU. And I would like him to be the leader of Labour. That said, the by-election will take around a month to be held. It's being held in June, I believe, and that's taking time. And then challenging for leadership, the leadership elections, that will also take time. And this isn't necessarily a positive because it's clear that Keir Starmer needs to go now. Because all it takes is Keir Starmer to throw a Hail Mary and announce something like rejoining the EU, or a referendum to rejoin the EU. If Starmer announces that, he will win any leadership election that comes to him. and that's not good because Keir Starmer cannot communicate. That honeymoon period will have worn off by 2029, and Keir Starmer will cause Labour to lose the next election. Keir Starmer cannot be leader of Labour. He's done great in areas like foreign policy, and if you made him Secretary of Foreign Affairs, he'd do great. He's just not a great leader. He can't communicate points, he can't argue for points, and that's what you need in a Prime Minister. Now, my personal preference would be Ed Miliband. He's currently an MP, he's popular, he'd likely win a leadership election. I think he's good at communicating, I like a lot of his policies, but he's shown no interest in being the leader again. He was leader in between Gordon Brown and Jeremy Corbyn, but he's shown zero interest in challenging Keir Starmer for leadership, which I think is a shame. But you know, if he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it, and you don't really want to put someone who doesn't want to be leader as the leader. Recipe for disaster. Whatever happens, Labour needs someone who can communicate effectively with the public, and I've said Keir Starmer does not have that quality. Labour needs someone who has that quality, so anyone who is able to argue for points and say why something needs to happen, I won't lose sleep if they become leader. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, any support you can give to it would be greatly appreciated. Whatever platform you're watching this on, if you could check it out on my other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and just give it some support so more people can see it. Thank you very much for watching. Any questions you have, just comment them below and I will respond as best as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.